Hello and welcome to the weekly wrap video. Just a couple of things to catch up on from this week. Central banks across the globe, the Swedish Central Bank, the Riksbank, the Reserve Bank of Australia, the Bank of Japan, as well as the Bank of Canada, not to mention the Bank of England and ECB, holding stance on monetary policy this week alongside expectations. But just a bit of focus on the latter two there. The Bank of England did not release an accompanying statement alongside their monetary policy decision, indicating somewhat of a hawkish stance to the markets themselves, as they are perceived as ignoring the tightening that we've seen in money market rates since the unveiling of forward guidance some weeks ago. So as UK data continues to surprise to the upside, we had manufacturing, construction and services PMIs this week coming into the top end of expectations. We could see a continuation of these moves unless the MPC themselves do move to address them. Now moving on to the European Central Bank, Draghi struck yet another dovish tone. He did say the ECB did discuss a rate cut, but deemed it unwarranted as the data does continue to slightly recover from the lowest levels we've seen over the past 6 months or so. Nonetheless, some Tier 1 banks across the world are seeing further easing steps from the European Central Bank in the near future, some seeing further LTROs by the end of 2013. Now rounding off the week, we've had the change in non-farm payrolls. The headline did come in below expectations, but the unemployment rate did fall to multi-year lows of 7.3%, but not for a good reason, as the labour force participation rate contracts to the lowest level since 1978. So just where this puts the Federal Reserve in terms of their potential QE tapering, we'll have to wait and see until the 18th of September, but it certainly does give the FOMC something to mull over in the weeks incoming to that rate decision itself. On a final note for Syria, the Standard & Poor's 500 heads into the close of the week in positive territory as somewhat of an easing in the geopolitical tensions appears in the Middle East, as many G20 states appear opposed to military intervention in Syria. However, we do have the congressional vote next week. Obama is to put his case ahead of the US on the 10th of September, so we'll look to see what he does have to say for a Syrian strike. We'll have to wait and see if the Congress does give that thumbs up to Obama, but we still do not know that even if they do give a no vote, he has been particularly grey on whether they could take action anyway. So we'll have to wait and see what he does have to say on the 10th of September next week, that's Tuesday. But in the meantime, that's all from me. I hope you have a fantastic week and I hope you have an even better weekend.